Do you struggle with self-confidence, especially when it comes to setting goals for things that you want to achieve in your life? Well, you are in the right place because today I'm going to take you through the 7 foolproof ways that you can achieve your goals in 2020 and have confidence when you're doing it. Hi, my name is Taylor and I'm a young Aussie chick with a very big goal. I want to change the education system of the world, but this is obviously a very big task and there's a lot of different things that I need to do for that. So I'm starting out with just a YouTube channel, sharing my content, sharing my knowledge, because everyone's got to start somewhere, right? Anyway, enough about me. If you are ready to hear my 7 foolproof ways that you can achieve your goals in 2020 and feel confident while doing it, stay tuned. And make sure you stay till the 7th one, because the 7th is the most important. It's all about the mindset shift that you need to have in order to actually achieve your goals. And without that mindset shift, none of the other 6 steps are even, there's no point in even doing them without this. So make sure you stay till number 7 so you can hear what it is. But before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you get weekly updates as to when I put new content out. I'm going to be sharing a whole bunch of videos about mindset, personal development, and basically anything that's going to help you become the best version of yourself possible. So hit that subscribe button and the bell to make sure you get weekly updates as to when I put new videos out. So let's get into it. Okay, so firstly we need to talk about why you currently are not already achieving your goals, because there's about 5 different reasons that I can think of as to why you might not be achieving your goals. Firstly, lack of clarity. So you're just not quite sure where to go or what to do, and you have no strategy with how to achieve your goals. The second reason is lack of commitment. So maybe you didn't fully commit to achieving these goals. You've said that you want to do it, but you really deep down know that you're not actually going to do it. The third could be lack of focus. So maybe you didn't direct enough time or mental energy to actually focusing on achieving these goals. The fourth could be lack of confidence. So maybe you feel like you don't actually have the know-how or the skills and the knowledge to achieve these goals, so you don't feel confident in doing it. And the last reason is lack of passion. Maybe you don't really actually even know your why. Like, why are you trying to achieve these goals? What's the reason behind it? If you're not sure on this, then you're going to have no motivation to actually do it. Okay, so these are the things that could be potentially stopping you from achieving your goals, but how can we get the confidence to overcome these 5 things that I've just talked about? Okay, so step number 1, you need to get clear on your why. Getting clear on your why will stop almost all of those 5 things that I was just talking about that are stopping you from achieving your goals. When I finally figured out my why and figured out what my passions were and what my purpose was in life, I had never felt like I had more clarity in my whole, I was 23 at the time, in my whole 23 years of living. It was absolutely insane, and I finally felt like I had a direction in life. So you really need to get clear on your why as to the reason you want to achieve these goals. So when you're setting goals, you need to ask yourself, why is it so important that you achieve these goals? Is this really what you want? What's the feeling that you want to have when you achieve them? And is there possibly a different way that you can achieve this feeling without having to set this huge goal for yourself? Asking these questions when you're trying to set goals will make sure that you're setting goals for the right reasons and not because of some sort of bullshit rules that society has put on you and expected you to achieve these certain things by a certain age. Now, I'm curious, do you already know what your why is? If you do, drop it in the comments below. Give me a big yes if you do know what your why is and your passions and your purpose in life. Or if you would like me to create a video on how you can potentially figure out your why if you're unsure, please drop me a comment below and say, make the video. And then I will know that you potentially need some help in finding your why and finding your purpose, and I can make that video for you guys. Okay, step number 2 is to create powerful habits that are going to set you up for success to achieve these goals. So I like to think of habits as an automated way to achieve success, because if you take small amounts of action every single day towards a big goal, eventually you are going to get there no matter what. Plus, when you do something over and over and over again, you start to reprogram your subconscious mind and hardwire it to prove to yourself that this is something that you actually can do because you've worked hard for it and you've put in the effort every single day to achieve the goal. Okay, so there's 3 ways that I think you can really start to implement new habits that will help you achieve these goals. Number 1 is what I like to call habit stacking. So you obviously already have things that are habits in your day, right? For example, cleaning your teeth. Now, if you're trying to implement a new habit, for example, saying some affirmations in the morning or reading some mantras every day, what you could do is when you're cleaning your teeth, you have them up on the mirror next to where you're cleaning and you say them while you're cleaning your teeth. So this is stacking a new habit that you want to achieve on top of a current habit that you already have. And it makes it way easier to remember because you already, like, you clean your teeth every day, right? If you don't, maybe you need to reconsider that. But most people clean their teeth every single day. So when you're already doing that, you can stack another habit on top of that that's going to help you achieve your goal. The second thing is, if you still can't remember to do this new habit by stacking it on top of another one, you can actually leave post-it notes around the house that are little cues for your mind to do whatever you're trying to implement. This is a great way to build new habits because you're actually having something remind you as you're walking around the house. So that's the second one. And the third thing that you need to do to implement a new habit is to actually do it for 66 days. So I know there's some research that says you only need to do it for 30 days, but there's more compelling research saying that you need to do it for 66 days if you actually want to implement a habit into your life and make sure that it's not something that you forget and it becomes a part of your daily routine if you do it for 66 days straight. So you have to commit for at least just over 2 months to implementing this new habit, which is going to help set you up for success to achieve your goals. Okay, and so the third foolproof way that you're going to be able to feel confident achieving your goals in 2020 is to keep your mind focused on the goal. So most people, especially like if you set a New Year's resolution, by the time February comes around, you've probably already forgotten most of the goals that you set for your resolutions. You need to constantly be reminding yourself of your why and the reason that you're wanting to achieve these goals, because it's going to motivate you more. And then you're going to start making decisions that are in alignment with your goals and what you want to achieve, because it's constantly in your mind. So there are 2 ways that I like to stay focused on my goals every single day and make sure I'm always reminding myself of them. So the first thing is I actually have my vision for the year written out and stuck on the wall in front of me where I work every single day. This means that anytime I'm working and I look up from my computer or my laptop, I see my vision, I can read a couple of things that I'm wanting to achieve, and I can make sure that the little tasks that I'm doing that day are actually moving me towards those bigger goals and the things that I want to achieve for the year. And the other way that I like to do this is to actually do a visualization every morning. So after I finish meditating, I still sit in the same position and I visualize myself in the future, in 10 years, achieving my vision. I picture myself with my family, with my boyfriend, like with my dog, all of the things that I want to achieve, like traveling around the world, the houses that I want to live in, the stages that I want to speak on, and the people that I want to be helping. These are things that I visualize every single day so that I start to program my subconscious mind to believe that these are things that could happen to me. When you don't do stuff like this, your subconscious mind will unknowingly sabotage you because it likes to stay in its comfort zone. It likes to stay comfortable and where it is. And achieving new things is not something that it's used to. It feels uncomfortable and big and scary. Your subconscious mind will sabotage you. So by doing a daily visualization, I'm starting to program my subconscious mind that these things that I'm going to achieve are totally achievable. They're very normal and they're not scary. And that way it makes sure that my subconscious mind isn't going to sabotage myself when opportunities are given to me. Okay, so step number 4 as to how you're going to feel more confident achieving your goals in 2020 is to make sure that you plan your time and energy according to your goals. So life happens to everyone, and sometimes you can't do anything about it. Things get in the way and they ruin your day. We move on, and the next day is a brand new day where you can possibly move closer towards your goals. But the 8% of the population that actually achieves the goals that they set, they don't let the daily little tasks and the things that aren't really important get in the way of them getting closer to their goals and working on their goals every single day. So there are 3 ways that you can possibly plan your time and energy to make sure that they're constantly moving you towards your goals. The first one is to plan your day the night before. So this makes sure that you have a clear mind, you're not stressed about things that maybe you've just opened an email and something's gone wrong in the office, or you have a completely clear mind. You can think strategically about what is going to move you closer towards your goals and then plan out your day in accordance with that. Next is to start your day with the most important thing. So people often will have times of the day where they're feeling a lot more creative and inspired than other times of the day. So I'm a morning person. I love getting up in the morning, and that's when I'm the most productive. By the afternoon, I tend to get a little bit tired and don't feel as inspired to do a lot of tasks. So I make sure that I put my most important tasks in the morning, and then the ones where I can sort of use my brain on a bit more of autopilot, I put them in the afternoon. Now you could be the other way around. You might be a night owl. So in the morning you feel tired and sluggish and you just don't want to do the most important work in the morning. So put the little silly tasks in the morning and make sure you put the important tasks in the night time, because that's when you're most productive. It depends on who you are and how your brain works, basically. Okay, so I would love to know, are you a morning person or are you a night owl? Let me know in the comments below. I'm a morning person, so I'm gonna drop a comment down there that says morning person. So if you are a morning person, do the same. If you're a night owl, drop one down there that says night owl, so that I can know what sort of people are watching this video. Okay, so the next thing is to actually eliminate distractions from your environment. When you start to get tired in the day, you may be feeling like you're losing a little bit of your motivation. You want to make sure that you don't have things around you that are distracting you. It's like when you're on a diet, or if you're trying to eat healthy, you don't want to have a whole bunch of brownies and ice cream in the fridge, because that's obviously not setting yourself up for success. You want to have an environment that sets you up to achieve the goals. So make sure that you eliminate all of the distractions out of your environment. Now, there are 4 ways that you can possibly do this. So firstly, you can actually prepare the environment around you to set you up for success with your habits. So you might make a little meditation corner, or you might get some noise cancelling headphones so that you can really focus on the task that you're doing. Whatever it is, make sure that it's helping you to stay focused on what you're trying to do. Step number 2, I already touched a little bit on this, but remove those triggers and remove those things that are going to tempt you into not achieving your goals or doing your daily habits. So for example, the brownies and ice cream, don't have that in the fridge if you're trying to be healthy. Or if you're trying to stop smoking, make sure you don't have a packet of cigarettes lying around. Whatever it is, make sure you take away the triggers and the temptation. Okay, thirdly, make sure that you surround yourself with people that are actually going to push you to achieve these goals. So if you have a group of friends that are maybe trying to convince you all the time to go out and get drunk and smoke and do drugs, and then you have just a couple of friends that are trying to convince you that you should actually be doing something with your life, and let's start this business, or let's do this, and they're always inspiring and have great ideas. Try to hang out with those people more than the people that are just concerned about partying, because those people are the ones that are really going to push you to achieving the goals that you want to achieve and actually help you achieve them. And number 4 is obviously to remove all distractions. So if you're like me and your phone distracts you with the notifications that come on all the time, I just have my phone on sleep mode 24/7, because then when I'm working or I'm spending time with my family or my boyfriend or whoever it is, I'm not getting distracted by the notifications that are lighting up my phone. Whenever I want to check it, I can, and they're obviously there, but I'm not getting distracted by the notifications always buzzing in my ear. So if you're someone like me and gets distracted by things easily, make sure to remove them. Okay, step number 6 as to how you can feel more confident to achieve your goals in 2020 is to hold yourself accountable. So there are a few great ways that you can hold yourself accountable to achieving your goals. Number 1, you could hire a coach. They're going to definitely hold you accountable, and they're also going to help you and give you ideas and strategies and all of that sort of stuff to actually achieve your goals. Step number 2 is to invest in your goals. So there is scientific evidence that when people invest money, they want to make sure they get their money's worth out of whatever they have invested in. So if it is possible to invest in whatever you're trying to achieve, do that, and then it's going to be a great motivator for you because you're going to want to make sure that you get your money's worth. Okay, number 3, create social pressure. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your partner, tell everyone that you're trying to achieve this goal, because that is a huge motivator. There is nothing worse, well, I feel like there's nothing worse than when you tell people you're going to do something and then they're like, oh, how's that thing going? And you're like, I've actually just been watching Netflix and I haven't done anything to move me towards that. Like, that's not something that I ever want to happen. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same. So create that social pressure and tell some people that you're trying to achieve these things, and then it's going to be a huge motivator for you. Okay, and lastly, track yourself. So there are a few different ways that you can track your habits or your goals or what you're trying to achieve. So for example, for my morning routine, I created a sheet of paper, so a grid. I put all of my morning routine activities down the side, and I check off the ones that I do every morning. And yes, I'm not perfect. I don't do all of them every day. Sometimes I sleep in, sometimes I don't have time because I check my phone and then there's some emergency with work or whatever it is, but the fact that I have that tick box motivates me to do it more because I want to make sure I'm ticking off all those things off all the boxes every single day. There are also 2 great apps that you can use. One is called Streaks and the other one, number 2, is called Productive. Those are 2 apps that you can actually use to track your habits and your goals that will help you see success in achieving them. Okay, and number 7 for how you can feel more confident to achieve your goals in 2020 is to overcome your limiting beliefs and fears. It's all well and good to do step number 1 to 6 that I've just taken you through, but if you don't address your limiting beliefs and your fears, that they're just constantly going to be holding you back no matter what you're trying to achieve. These are mental blocks. These are things that are holding us back, and our brain is actually designed to keep us safe. It's designed to keep us comfortable and doing things that we know and are not scary. So if you're trying to achieve something new and your subconscious mind feels fear towards that, it's going to sabotage you without you even knowing. So for example, maybe you locked in a new client, if you have a business and they're paying you a lot more than the other clients have been paying you because you decided it's finally time to put your prices up. Well, if you haven't done any work on your limiting beliefs and your fears, then you might actually self-sabotage in terms of not giving the deliverables on time, not doing the design work as nicely as you possibly could, or there's many different things that you could subconsciously stuff up to sabotage yourself having that new client. Okay, so how can we actually overcome our limiting beliefs and our fears? Well, the first thing that you can do is to ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Like, for example, maybe if your goal is to find a boyfriend by the end of the year, but you have a limiting belief that you're not worthy to receive love because of a past breakup that might have happened. If you're super scared to start dating again, you could say to yourself, okay, well, what's the worst that could possibly happen if I do ask someone out on a date and they say no? Well, that's pretty much it. They just say no, and then you continue to live life the way you've been living life, and everything just goes on as normal. So really look at the situation and ask yourself, what's the worst possible thing that can happen? And then you'll start to see that all of these fears that have been building up in your head, they're actually not that bad. And the second way that you can start to release some limiting beliefs, you can actually journal on why it's not possible for you to follow your dreams and achieve your goals. This really gets your mind to thinking, well, actually, why am I journaling about why it's not possible? And then you start thinking of reasons why it is possible, and you start to overcome those limiting beliefs naturally. Once you have written down those limiting beliefs, you can actually then reframe them and turn them into I am statements that combat the limiting beliefs and help to overcome them. So for example, the love example that I just gave, that you're not worthy to receive love because of a past breakup, your I am statement to combat that could be, I am worthy to receive love from my family and friends, and I also love myself. that is something that can help to overcome your limiting belief. And if you say that every single day, then you're going to start reprogramming your subconscious mind. Now, if you are watching this and you feel like there's absolutely no way that you could implement all of these things by yourself and it just feels way too overwhelming and you don't even know where to start, feel free to drop me an email, coachtaylorvictoria@gmail.com. I'll be able to help you out. We can have a chat about how I can potentially support you. It might be through some personal coaching, or maybe there's a few different ways that I can potentially support you. But I would love to jump on a call if you are feeling like this is all too much, so feel free to shoot me an email. And if you would like to receive weekly updates that will teach you everything to do with mindset, personal development, how you can just become the best version of yourself possible, all of the good vibes, everything that's happy and positive, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell, because I'm going to be putting out a whole bunch of content that's going to help you with all of this. And until the next episode, I'll see you next time. Bye!